think back to your military experience. And I want you to go back and think to yourself, if someone came to you and said, you're going to be sent on the most difficult mission that we have yet presented you with, and we're going to send you by yourself, what would you say? How many veterans do I have in your hands up? So you have all been sent on that mission. Every single one of you. It's getting out of the service. It's getting sent home after war. Try to figure it out on your own. But we've got a little better. Now they give you a 1-800 number that you can call and try to get some help. So I guess that's a little better than the Vietnam era, guys. So my presentation is basically going to be talking about connectedness. So we as veterans, and I do a lot of work in the first responder world as well, are very, very self-sacrificial. And that's what makes us good at what we do. That's what makes us successful at what we do. When there's bullets flying, we run towards them. When there's a house fire, we run into it. When there's a war, we go off and fight it. But what does that do for us individually? We're willing to put ourselves in situations that are not good for us. We ignore red flags. From my veteran community, how many of you have gone through a divorce? Okay. A good percentage of us. Why? Because we ignore red flags. And we figure we can challenge that flag. We can take it on. How many of us probably should have gone to the doctor sometime in the past year, but didn't? Because you wanted to just see if it would go away on its own. And, So we all have a lot of the same tendencies. Now, I want to flip the script on you. So I'm willing to put myself in a really, really dangerous situation on a regular basis. As you guys saw, I went right from the military into law enforcement. I then retired from law enforcement, got my PhD. And what did I decide to do? So I decided to start doing part-time law enforcement again, while also doing all the other work, because I'm a glutton for this stuff. But it's because I want to serve our community. I'm willing to put myself in really, really dangerous situations, sometimes against the advice of those around me, but I am not willing to watch a fellow veteran or first responder abuse themselves. So that connectedness is what makes us start to work. Our life expectancy as veterans is 66. As first responders, it's 57. Why? Because we isolate. I don't want to bother everybody with my problems. I want to take care of this on my own. I don't want to be a burden to that guy next to me. But ask yourself that question. If one of our brothers and sisters gives us a call and asks for help, what are we doing? Most of us are going to step up to the plate. So that problem of getting help and the reason that our life expectancy is what it is, that problem is between our ears. That problem is between our ears. And all we need to do is begin to accept the fact that we want to help our brothers and sisters. And with that, if you want to help your brothers and sisters, and I guarantee most of you out there do, guarantee every single one of you guys does, I know all of them do, and I would almost venture to guess that all of you do, then I ask you to challenge yourself with one basic thing. If I am willing to help the guy next to me, which I know you are, I am willing to accept his help as well. And if we start to do that, I guarantee we can move those numbers. Now, I don't expect that we are going to get to the national average of, 76? No, maybe we will. But we'll begin to move our needle. And that's really the key of what we're looking to do here. All right. So with that connectedness, we also share our strengths with each other. We share our hopes with each other. We share our pains with each other. But it gives us a community again. Because any time that we were faced with unsurmountable odds in the military or in the first responder world, what do? We call for more units. We pile on that like an angry wolf pack, and we kick chaos's ass. But then in our personal lives, we decide not to do that, and we isolate. So we are not built to isolate. We are built to be pack animals. So let's get our pack strong and work together. With that willingness and connection is essential. But what about trust? So that on-off switch gets installed on us at a very young age. A lot of us that go into law enforcement, go into the military, we have a lot of ACEs. So that's a first childhood experiences. That means that we were wronged in some way, and that's why we are doing what we're doing. We want to make sure those wrongs don't happen to somebody else. But we get out, and what do? We start putting conditional trust in place for those that can help us. You can't help me unless you were in the military. You can't help me unless you saw combat. You can't help me unless you saw combat and then became a police officer. And then you can't help me unless you saw combat, then became a police officer, and you're balding, and you have a really, really nice beard, and are currently wearing a suit. Then who the heck can help me? We have to begin to allow each other to help one another. The segmenting off has to stop. We've got to take care of each other, no matter the branch, no matter the gender, no matter the race. And I even expanded out. You guys are first responders also, because who responds first when there's a war? Y'all. So let's start working with our warriors back home. Because we can be leaders in these communities, but instead, if we choose to be victims of everything in our lives, and I have to ask you a question, if we are the victim of everything, who is the assailant? Yourself. Yourself. So we have to make a decision to start connecting with one another, taking care of one another, and trusting one another. And again, trust does not have to be 100% everything or all. I'll give you an example. I trust my plumber to work on my plumbing. I do not trust my plumber to give me open heart surgery. All right? So I have conditional trust in my life. And that's something that we kind of understand, veterans and first responders. We generally understand within a personal way, but we still put that in place. So allowing that level of trust is important. On top of that, as I said, we have to connect with one another from all different areas. We run a support group here in the Lehigh Valley that if you are a veteran or a first responder, you are welcome to attend. We have a ton of cards. And what we talk about, we call it a trauma group, but it really isn't. We don't sit around and talk about war stories. We talk about what's called post-traumatic growth. And that's putting our traumas to work in a way that we can fruitfully do things in our lives. A trauma, whether it be in the military, before the military, after the military, is fuel. And we have two things we can do with that fuel. We can pour that into all over ourselves and everything around us, and then walk around waiting for somebody to set us on fire so we can blame them for what happened to us. Or we can take that fuel, we can put that into our positivity generator and start doing really cool stuff. Because it's a lot of energy. Regardless of what you do with it, it is still energy, whether it be negative energy or positive energy. All right, so with that, I do recognize that I am between you guys and lunch. So I'm only going to talk for another hour. Start connecting with one another. Let's remove the differences. Let's not try to compare and contrast what works for you and not for me. And let's start working together so that we can make a difference in our veteran and first responder community. And probably those needles, because to be honest with you, 57 to 66 is piss poor. You know, we really, I imagine a lot of us in here have pensions or collecting something from the government. I would really like us to bankrupt the government. So let's live as long as we possibly can. All right. That's all I have.